Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
All right, people, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Coach's Desk, my people. Trusting that everybody's doing well and everybody's doing all right. So, as you can see in the title, will Captain's Netflix series turn off UK-based players from joining the Reggae Boyz team? Very important question, Very interesting question as well. I watched it, and it was very emotional for me a couple of weeks ago. And on the final night of the Weekend TripleTreat, it was rehashed, and we were having a little discussion about it, and some of the things resurface. Yeah. And many believe that Andre Blake is not the best captain. He should not be leading the team. But he was removed from the team, and the coach, the new coach, Emir Hallgrimsson, publicly stated that he's going to be back in the team. I know he's our number one keeper. Incidentally, he won himself and Corey Burke won the Eastern MLS title. They lost on penalty in the MLS final a couple of days ago. So the question is now asked, he should be in the team, but not as a captain, because his leadership style, what persons have said is that it lacks soft skills, because he was not able to break the bond or break that wedge that was between the UK-based players and the local players. And while I'm on that, people, Damian Lowe was on the show a couple weeks ago, and I asked him the question if there was any disunity. Damian Lowe categorically said, no, there wasn't any disunity. But it was after I watched this, and I have my sequence of events to say that it might probably there was a little bit of thing brewing, because in the campaign, I saw a lot of stuff which I commented on, when players taking pictures by themselves. He debunked that by saying, if you're going to one place and you are there, you have to stick to the man them where you know. You know what I mean? So we say, all right, that is true. And then he was directly asked the question. But in the documentary, the captains, the chosen few, man, Andre Blake seemed as if he had no control. He seemed to have allowed things to get out of control as the captain. But then again, there are many fans out there, Andre Blake, and I can tell you, because I don't watch the show them. Many fans out there believe that you are one of those persons who might instigate this sort of divide. You know what I mean? Divisiveness among the players. Because one comment that you made in the documentary was that you don't want the best players, you want the right players. And that didn't come across well with some persons. Yeah? Them are blaze fire Andre. So, you were asked a question by the journalist as well, if there was any segregation or divisiveness in the team. And you said you don't want to talk about it because you don't want to. So there and then that showed me, Andre, that there was some sort of division. Damian Lowe, if you never see it, well, captains allow us to see it. Yeah? And the Reggae Boyz fans, them jump on and them start watch captains and many people start watch it now and them realize the campaign was, I mean, for me, a plethora of things caused the campaign to crash. Yeah, players weren't pulling their weights. You have a lot of coaches, because Paul had to step in at one point and say, it's the people in the yellow shirt are the coaches. Too many opinions being voiced, and they don't really listen to the coach. Or did the other coach in Coach Whitmore, was he able to bridge that gap? Because he said that Paul was the one who speak to the English players and so forth. So a whole lot of stuff. Then you have the federation. The federation never showed fit them weight as well. Then you have the COVID situation. So it was a multiplicity of things that caused the campaign to go haywire. But when you look at the other captains, people, there were a lot of stuff in those teams that could have caused their campaigns to derail. And these persons, they stick to it. Gabon, they had issues. Yeah, but the captain really stood up. The Brazil team, Margic, Luka Margic was just one of those persons that you would think that would be a great leader. You know what I mean? It was. I mean, captains really proved what persons have been saying over the years throughout this campaign. You understand? Captains really proved it. It was a matter of fact, captains was an emotional thing for me, people. It's like I couldn't believe, say, you have players miss goal in critical stages. You have issues behind the scene. Players attack a player. It looked like he had some indisciplined players. Ravel, he was one of the players that were called out. That him looked like him had a problem, man. So if it was seen that he was the problem one, why nothing was done about it? Why wasn't there any coming together? Andre Blake mentioned that 10 persons sat on a table when it should not be holding so much, especially after the incident. That's where I believe that the segregation started, The whole issue with the Alvas Powell situation. And I know some people might come at me, but watching the documentary, that's where I saw it. But before looking through things, being at some of the games, you could see where it was minutely evident. You know what I mean? But if you haven't watched it yet, people, you need to go and watch it. Trust me, it was a sad thing. Listen, the players them feel bad about not qualifying, Don't get the thing twisted. Them feel bad. Capo feel bad. All the players, even man, will cause situations to go overboard. Them feel away. You understand? So on that note, if you haven't watched the Captain's Netflix series, The Chosen Few, you need to go and watch it, people. Yeah, man. Take a look at it. And you really see what really transpired in this campaign or the past campaign. Will things be different with a new coach? Will he be able to galvanize and get players to want to join this team? We know the situation with Ivan Toney right now. Will he be able to do that? After watching this campaign, will they want to play? Even if they are interested. Just, when a man think, when we started out this blogging thing, it was on the thrust of a man thinks a man come take him game, so a man go try defend him game. Will persons believe that these men aren't going to be available for the little games, quote unquote, and they will show up for the World Cup qualifiers, the Gold Cup. Yeah, some serious questions, people. You understand? But will this turn off the players, overseas born players, from playing for the for the team or from joining the team? This is serious now. This captain series, they expose a lot of things that were being already heralded on social media. So this does solidify the point. So Damian Lowe, well, you said there wasn't any segregation or any disunity, but captains prove otherwise. You understand? So people, what are your thoughts? Drop your comments down below in the comment section. Yeah? And tell me, what are your thoughts on this captain thing? Do you believe that things will be at a normal level when Algrims take over next year in January? Or will there still be some sort of divide? English versus local? Or to qualify for the 2026 season or World Cup, one team, one Jamaica? We will see that Algrims will get the unity up. Will that happen? A long time, some people are talking about Andre Blake, him are the main instigator, because of a comment that he made, And as a captain, he played his role on the pitch. He made some crucial save at some point in games and so forth. But as somebody mentioned, his soft skills were not as great as you'd want from a leader. Yeah? So, again, share your comments, people. Yeah, stay safe. Until next time, peace out.